Okay, so having the knowledge of flip-flops, next we'll move on to the next topic, that is registers. I have given some introduction to registers when I took up the flip-flop concept. So flip-flops, as I mentioned, flip-flop can store only one bit information, right? Flip-flop can store only one bit, but for some applications we need to store more than one bit information. So registers are nothing but cascaded connection of flip-flops where you can store more than one bit information. Two flip-flop, if you have in a register, if you have connected cascaded connection, if you have cascaded connection of two flip-flops, 2 bit you can store. 3 flip-flops, 3 bits you can store. Okay, in different combinations. Okay, so that is what is registers. So in registers, we have a special category which is called as shift registers. Shift registers. Upon the occurrence of a clock pulse, again here clock is must, upon the occurrence of clock pulse, registers in which the bits that are stored in the registers are shifted position wise. Either you can shift the, for example, let me take an example of a register where you have stored 3 bit. Okay, so you can move the bits to the right or you can move the bits to the left. Okay, they are called as unidirectional shift registers. The information whatever we have stored in the registers, upon the occurrence of a clock pulse, they are shifted by a position. That means position wise shifting is nothing but shift registers. Okay, so in registers, if we shift the bits in one direction, they are called as unidirectional shift registers. Unidirectional shift registers. That means, as I said, if you are moving the bits to the right or to the left, to the left or to the right, they are called as unidirectional. In one direction, the bits are shifted. Same way, we also have bidirectional shift registers which can shift the information to the left or to the right, both the directions. They are called as bidirectional shift registers. So shift registers, they move the content of the registers position wise either to the left or to the right or to both. But they are called as shift registers. Shift the content position wise either to the left, right or both the directions. So based on this, we have unidirectional shift registers and bidirectional shift registers. We also have another classification of shift registers based on the manner the inputs or the bits are entered and they are outputted. See, why I am using registers? Registers are used to store more than 1 bit information. So let me take 2-bit register. Am I storing those 2 bits in the register bit by bit? That means serially. So the next classifications of shift registers will be based on the manner the informations are inputted or entered in and they are outputted. So based on that, we have again 4 more classifications of shift register, that is serial in, serial out. Serial in, serial out. It is called as SISO, serial in, serial out. Bits are entered bit by bit. Okay, then they are outputted in the same manner. Serial in, serial out. Next, serial in, parallel out. All the bits are taken simultaneously out, but they are entered in serially. Next, parallel in, serial out. Parallel input, serial output. One more is parallel in, parallel out. Parallel in, parallel out. So this is SISO, serial in, serial out. Serial in, parallel out. Next, parallel in, serial out. Next, parallel in, parallel out. Again in lab, we will be doing experiment on all these 4 types of registers. You are going to demonstrate serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel in, serial out, as well as parallel in, parallel out register. In your syllabus, you are going to learn unidirectional, bidirectional, and again all these types of shift registers. Okay, so let us take on the first one. First one, unidirectional shift register, that is serial in, serial out we will take. First we will take serial in, serial out. Okay, again this is an unidirectional. Let us shift the bits either to the left or to the right. Okay, so generally in shift registers I have told D flip-flops are used because the advantage of using D flip-flop is when I tell the D flip-flop, when I give the D input as 0, it stores 0. It will not manipulate the information. Why am I using registers? I want to store the information, more than 1 bit information. So, it's better I go for D flip-flop because if I tell D flip-flop, if I give D input as 0, it stores 0. If I give D as 1, it stores 1. Very simple. So, in all the registers, generally we use D flip-flop, D flip-flop. So, let me take an example of 4-bit serial in, serial out shift register, 4-bit. So, 4-bit flip-flop can store only 1 bit. What is register? It's a cascaded connection of flip-flops. I want to store 4-bit. So how many D flip-flops I have to use? 4 D flip-flop, each flip-flop to store each bit, 1 bit information. Okay. So SISO, that is serial in, serial out. Registers we use D flip-flop. So D flip-flop, 4-bit shift register I am designing. So I have to use 4 D flip-flop. Okay, 4 D flip-flop. So 4 D flip-flop outputs are, let me call the output as QA, QB, QC, QD, QA, QB, QC and QD. Okay. Okay, I still have, I can use this side also, right? So I'll write it from here so that I can write the truth table, the explanation I can write it there. So 4 D flip-flops, okay, D, QA, QB, QB, QC and QD. So 4 D flip-flop. So now serial input. So the first D flip-flop is used to give the inputs. Serial input. Okay, serial input. So this is going to be the input. Bit by bit I am trying to store the information in these 4 flip-flops in this register, and this QA will be the input for the QB, the input for next D flip-flop, QC will be the input for next D flip-flop, and of course we will have a clock pulse. For all the D flip-flops. Okay, so and it is edge triggered D flip-flop, positive edge triggered D flip-flop. So you know the meaning of positive edge triggered D flip-flop. I have explained. So what is the meaning of edge triggered? Flip-flops are going to change the output only at the edges. Which edge triggered flip-flop I am using here? Positive edge triggered. So how do I denote, how do I write the logic symbol of positive edge triggered? If I just write clock pulse, this is a pulse triggered flip-flop. Correct. So till now we were writing the symbol like this. That means pulse triggered. Master slave we have written like this only. Input, clock, output, right? And one more complement of this you will be writing. Positive edge triggered flip-flop logic symbol will be written like this. See, positive edge triggered, you will be writing a triangular symbol at the input of a clock. So this tells that the flip-flop is an edge triggered and it is positive edge triggered. For negative edge triggered flip-flops, you are going to write a bubble over here. Are you getting? So this is positive edge triggered. A bubble over here is nothing but the negative edge triggered T flip-flop. If it is JK also, negative edge triggered JK, T, negative edge triggered T. If you are not writing bubble, this indicates that this is a positive edge triggered, clock, positive edge triggered. So flip-flops are going to trigger only at the positive edge of the clock pulse. If you write a bubble here, that is negative edge triggered flip-flop. So here in shift registers, we are going to use positive edge triggered D flip-flop. So clock symbol will be written like this. Okay, positive edge. And it is synchronous and you are going to give clock pulses to all the flip-flops. And I call this as clock. Okay. Clock pulses are given directly to all the 4 flip-flops. Synchronous circuit, sequential circuits. Okay. So now this is clock, the input is given. Now how this kind of circuit is going to work. how this will work as serial in, serial out register. So now let me assume, to explain, let me assume the initial content of these flip-flops as 0, 0, 0. I'll assume the initially I stored 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so I'll write here clock, okay, QA, QB, QC, QD. Initially, okay, one more, serial input, okay. So now initially, before I start storing some information, initially what is the content? I have cleared all the flip-flops. That means what is the content of these flip-flops? 0, 0, 0, 0. Now serial in, serial out. How many bit D flip-flop it is? How many bit register it is? 4 bit. Let's say I want to store 1101. I want to store this information in these bits 1101. So that 1101 you have to give it here, so that this will be transferred and stored in all the flip-flops. Okay. So now 1101 you want to give. So what is the bit here? The LSB bit 1. So you give first 1. That 1 will enter. Serial input. 1 by 1 bits are entered. Serial input. So first this 1 will enter here. You give the input 1. Give the clock pulse. Give the clock pulse. So at this positive edge, what happens? This 1 will be entered here. The one whatever I am giving here, is being entered, or I will write clock first and then the serial in. Okay, so I have given 1, right? So what is the input? 1. So this 1 is entered here, because you have given clock pulse. So when you give the clock, this 1 will come here. And just have a look at the circuit. You have given the clock to all the flip-flops. So when I give a clock pulse will be sent to all these 4 flip-flops. So what will happen to these 3? Upon the occurrence of a clock pulse, this 1 will enter here. And what will happen to these? See, what is the input for this? Previous flip-flop. What is the input for this? Previous flip-flop output. What is the input for this? Previous flip-flop output. So what happens? This 1 will come here, and at the same time this 0 will be the input for the next flip-flop. Am I correct? This 0 will be the input for the next flip-flop. Okay. So this 0 will be the input for the next flip-flop. This 0 will be the input for the next. This 0 will be the input for the next. So now whatever 0 we had, that will come here. So what is the new content upon the occurrence of first clock pulse? So 1. Okay, this 0 will shift here. This 0 will shift here. This 0 will shift here. And what will happen to this 0? The last 0 will come out. So serial output. What is that? Last 0 will come out. Okay, come out. So the first bit, whatever I am getting, this is serial out. Serial output, I am getting 0. Now give one more clock pulse. Okay. What is the second bit you have given? 0. That 0 will come here. 0. And when you give the clock pulse, that 0 will enter here. What will happen to the QB? This will come here. This will shift. You just have to shift. So now 0, 1, 0, 0. And the bit that is coming out is 0. One more clock pulse. What is the next bit you are giving? 1. This 1 will come here, correct? And now shift. This 0, 1, 0. So 1, 0, 1, 0. The next bit that is coming out is 0. Right? And the last bit that you are giving is what? 1. And next clock pulse, you are giving 1. That 1 will come here. So 1. So this will shift here, this will shift here, this will shift, and this will come out, right? So 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, right? Now, over, 4 bits are given. But still, when you get the output, you should go on giving the clock pulse. So now all the 4 bits have entered. 1, 0, what is that I have given? 1, 1, 0, 1. Look at this. 1, 1, 0, 1. Yeah. 1 0 1 is here. But you have not got that output, serial output. Bit by bit I get the output. So when you give the 4 clock pulse, what happens? When you give the 4 clock pulse, whatever the input you thought of storing, that has entered in the flip-flop. So if you want that bits out, so this is serial out. Give one more clock. What will happen? Nothing you are giving here. Nothing you are giving here. So this will be automatically 0. Next bit it will take it as 0. And this will shift. Okay, so what will happen? 1, 1, 0, 1. So the first bit is coming out. So this is the first bit that is coming out. 1. Another clock pulse you give. So what will happen? 0. But these will shift. Okay, so what is that? 0, 1, 1, 0. So the second bit will come out. Second bit will come out. 1, 0. Again give one more clock pulse. Again give one more clock pulse. You get another 1. This will come out. One more clock pulse. This will come out. So in serial and serial out, upon giving 4 clock pulses, input 4 bits will be stored in all the 4 flip-flops. But if you want those 4 inputs to be out, serial out, you have to give 4 more. So 8 clock pulses are required to give 4-bit serial in and serial out. So, and you have to remember, you are giving the inputs as you want to store 1, 1, 0, 1. But you get this bit first. You are going to get the outputs as 1, 0, 1, 1. 1, 1, 0, 1. Now you get it reverse. 1, 0, 1, 1. You want to store 1, 1, 0, 1. But this bit will come out first. Next this, next this, next this. So 1, 0, 1, 1, you are going to get it as output. You can demonstrate this in your lab and you can observe what is the output and how the way it will be coming out. So how many clock pulses you have to give? 8 clock pulses. I don't have space to write it here. You can complete. So 1, 0 I have got. Upon the occurrence of next clock pulse, this one will come out. This one will come out. So 1, 0, 1. Next clock, all the 4 outputs you are going to get. Okay. So QD is nothing but the serial out. Here you are going to get all the 4 bits. So serially you are giving, bit by bit you are giving, and serially you are taking the output. This is serial in, serial out. What is serial in, parallel out? Very simple. Serial in, parallel out. Serially you give the input, same bits, 1, 1, 0, 1. So serially, first clock pulse 1 has entered, second clock pulse 0, third clock pulse 1, fourth clock pulse 1. Serial in, parallel out. So you don't take the output serially, you take it parallelly. That means you connect this to output, this to output, this to output, this to output. So this is QD, this is QC, this is QB, and this is QA. So how many output lines we have? 4. Parallel output. Simultaneously we take the output. That means we have QA, QB, QC, QD as output. So QD is not the only output we have. We have QA, QB, QC, QD. So what is our output now? Okay. So 1, 0, 1. Okay, I'm sorry. So another clock pulse, 0 will enter, right? So when it enters, okay, so what is the combination we have? 0, 1, 0. I'm sorry, 1, 0, 1, 1, right? So 1, 1. Okay, see. So parallelly you are taking the output. So in the previous table, when you get the 4 clock pulse, this was the output. Half of it. So in serial and serial out, 4 clock pulse you store all the bits. But since QD is the only output, 4 more clock pulse I have to give to get the output out. Correct? But in serial and parallel out, serially you give the input. 4 clock pulse is enough. At the end of 4 clock pulse, you have your output at QA, QB, QC, QD. So what was the input we were giving? 1, 1, 0, 1. So do we have 1, 1, 0, 1? 1, 1, 0, 1. So this is serial in, parallel out. 4 clock pulses are enough to store the information and to get the output. Serial in, parallel out. And we have parallel in, serial out. Parallel in, serial out. Serial out, that means only one output we have. This is serial out. But it is parallel in. So it is serial out, so we don't have QA, QB, QC, QD output lines. we have not connected these to output. We have only QD as output, that is serial in. Serial out. Parallel in. Parallel in means what? You are going to connect. This is one input, okay, and this is another input. And okay, parallel in, parallel out, I'll explain. Parallel in, serial out, and parallel in, parallel out, I'll explain with one more diagram wherein we have okay. Yeah, I will explain it. Yeah, wherein we have a diagram wherein it functions as both parallel in, serial out, and parallel in, parallel out. I write the diagram and I'll explain. So is it serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out? This is. So serial in, you are going to give only one input. This is serial in and serial out. Serial in, parallel out, you are going to give serially input, but you are going to take the output parallelly. We have one more, that is circular register. Circular register, usually you are going to connect the output as input here. What happens? Let me take the serial input as 1. Okay. So now what happens? Just have a look at this. So what happens in circular shift registers? What is the serial input you are giving? 1. So that 1 will enter here. But what is the next input for upon the occurrence of next clock pulse? What is the input for the first D flip-flop? That is the output of last flip-flop. So what is the output of last flip-flop? 0. This 0 will be the input next. So 0. This will shift 1, 0, 0. Next, this is the input. 0. 0 will enter here. So 0, 1, 0. Again, circular 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Again next 1. Again 1, 0, 0, 0. So the last bit will be the input. The same bits will be circulating in a different fashion. Initially we will get 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1. Next again 1 0 0. Again it continues 0 1 0 1 like that. Okay. So this is circular shift registers wherein the last flip-flop output will be connected as input to the first one. So the same bits will be circulating in a different fashion. That's it. So this is called as circular shift register. Sometimes in the exam they will ask you to explain circular shift register. Same serial in, serial out. Last flip-flop output you connect it as input. So now we have discussed serial in, serial out. Serial in, serial out. Serial in, parallel out. Serial input, but we take the output parallelly from all the flip-flops. And circular shift register. Okay. So next I will explain parallel in, parallel out, and parallel in, serial out register. Okay. So to explain parallel in, serial out, and parallel in, parallel out, I still have not completed this circuit. What I have done is I have taken 4 D flip-flops and clock pulses are given to all the D flip-flops. 4 positive H triggered D flip-flop, right? And I have 4 outputs, QA, QB, QC, QD. Also I have an option for serial output. If I take the output only from QD, that will be serial out. If I take the output from all the 4 output lines, output from all the 4 flip-flops, that will be parallel out. So only this much I have written. It is your D flip-flop, positive H triggered D flip-flop. Clock pulses are given directly to all the D flip-flops. Synchronous circuit. So output I can take parallelly or I can take serially. I have given both the options. I have both the options when I connect a resistor, right? Now to perform parallel in, serial out, and parallel in, parallel out. So just look at the circuit diagram. It is very simple because I have not written the circuit here because if I take this circuit what I have written, you may feel that the circuit is complex. So I have not written it. I will be writing it now, so you can just observe how I will write the circuit so that it will be easier for you to write the same in your exam. It is very simple. So to perform both parallel in, serial out, and parallel in, parallel out in this, so what I will take is I will take 2 more lines. I will take 2 more lines. One I will take it as I have not connected it. I am just taking the one more line, that is load bar or shift. I call this as load bar or shift. You will get to know why I am calling this as load bar or shift. The same line through a NOT gate I will connect. The same line through a NOT gate. Okay, and I have that as one more input. So I have 2 lines here, 2 input lines. Still I have not connected it to our flip-flops. I have load bar, shift line, and that is through a NOT gate, right? And now, just look at here, the input to the first D flip-flop the inputs to the first D flip-flop, I will take it from okay, the same thing I write everywhere, and the inputs are going to vary. Okay, you will get to know why we are using two AND gates and one OR gate. Okay, so the outputs of two AND gates are given as input to the OR gate. Again here, two AND gates. The outputs of AND gates are taken as OR gate, are the inputs for OR gate. Same way here also. Two AND gates I take. The outputs of two AND gates are the inputs for OR gate, and the output of OR gate is the input of D. Now, what are the inputs to AND gate? To the first AND gate, the input is serial in. What is the input for the first AND gate? It is serial in. The input for the first AND gate, it is serial in, which you are giving externally. Same way, the inputs for this AND gate, one of the input is what input? Serial in. For this, it is from QA. For this, it is from QB. For this, it is from QC. Okay. One of the input to the AND gate, one from serial input. So for this it will be QA, for this it will be QB, for this it will be QC. Okay, QD I am getting it as output. And one more input, I'll use another color. Okay. And one more input from load bar shift line. One more input from here. So one more input from where? From load bar shift. One more input for all the AND gates, for all flip-flop first AND gate, it is from load bar shift. Okay, is it clear? First AND gate, one input is from serial in, another input is from the load bar shift line. Now for the second AND gate, one input, I'll use another color, one input, okay, here I have taken orange color, right, so I will use the same. Okay, because for the second level NAND gate, okay, through a NOT gate, this one, okay, so I will write it here. This is load bar shift. This is load bar shift through a NOT gate I have connected over here, right? I have written here, no, same thing I shifted here because I need to give connection to these gates, right? So this connection is done. This is from load bar shift, and we have one more line that is load bar shift. The same line is connected to a NOT. That is going to be the input for first input for the second AND gate. I'm sorry, it is AND. Okay. Similarly here also one of the input will be from here. Similarly for this also one input will be from, I'll take it here. One input will be from here. Similarly here one input will be from here. So for the second AND gate, what is one input? That is load bar shift through a NOT gate we have connected. No, that is the input. Okay. What is another input? Another input is parallel input. Parallel input means what? We are trying to connect parallel in, parallel out. Parallel input means simultaneously I should give the input. So parallel in, 4 inputs. Directly I am giving to the flip-flops. So IA, 4 inputs, serial input, we were giving inputs serially, but here I wanted to give parallel, but I have given an option for serial input also. See, there is a circuit, whatever I am going to write, this can act as serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, parallel in, serial out, parallel in, parallel out. All the 4 types of resistors you can experience with this. Okay, that is why I have given an option for serial in, serial out, but mainly we are designing this for parallel in. So parallel input, 4 inputs I have to give simultaneously. That I am giving here as second input for the second AND gate. So one more input is what? Which pink color I use. So this is IA. Similarly, one more input here is IB. Correct? Okay. One more input is from IB. IB. Similarly for this it is IC. Similarly for this it is IB. Okay. So this is the connection. Hope this is not confusing. Let me explain again. For the first AND gate, one input is input, serial input. It is from QA, it is from QB, it is from QC. Okay, I will write in green color so that the same connection you can mark. And what is the other input? It is from load bar shift. It is from load bar shift. It is from load bar shift line. For the second AND gate, one input is from through a NOT gate. The same input through a NOT gate. Correct? The other input is parallel input. IA, IB, IC, IT. Okay. So now let me explain how this flip-flop, how this circuit is going to work. Okay, listen very carefully. First condition, I will give load bar shift line as 0. See, this line I have called it as load bar shift line. Now I have given it as 0. So 0. What happens when I give load bar shift line to 0? So this is 0. Okay. So you have to be very attentive and you have to be very careful when you analyze this circuit. Only then you can understand. So I am giving this purple color line, whatever I have written, that input is 0 now. This is 0. So this is 0. This is 0. This is 0. This is 0. Okay. So now, what happens to the output of AND gate if any one input is 0? AND gate, truth table, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, AND gate 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. So if any one of the input is 1, what is the output of AND gate? 0. If a one input is 0, it is not depending on other. Whether it is 0 or 1, the output is what? 0. So if you connect load bar shift line to 0, what happens to the first output of first AND gate output? It is automatically 0. It is not depending on QC, QB, QA, QD or serial in. It is 0. Correct. Now this is 0. So this is 0. What is the truth table of OR gate? OR gate is what? 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. That means if any one of the input is 1, OR gate output will be 1. But here one of the input is 0. Now OR gate output is completely depending on what? It is completely depending on this AND gate. OR gate is completely depending on the second AND gate. Correct? That means if you give load bar shift line to 0, the serial in is not going to work. So we are not going to get serial in, serial out or serial in, parallel out. But it is going to work it as parallel in, parallel out or parallel in, serial out. Because the first AND gate input is 0. Now the OR gate output is depending on the second AND gate. What have you connected to second AND gate? Parallel. IA, IB, IC, ID. What is the other input? Load bar shift through a NOT gate. So we have connected load bar shift line to 0. What will be this? If this is 0, what is this? This is going to be 1. So this 1 will come here. 1, 1, 1. So this is completely 0. Now this is 1. Now AND gate, if any one of the input is 1, it depends on the next. If this is 0, this will be 0. If this is 1, this will be 1. So what is the second input? Parallel input. Let's say you have given IA as 0, 1, 1, 0. Now IA is 0. So what is 1, 0? 0. What is 0 or 0? 0. IB is 1. What is 1, 1? AND gate 1. So what is 0, 1? OR gate 1. So I did it here. 1. Correct? Now what is IC? 1. So 1 into 1, 1. 0 plus 1, 1. What is IB? 0. 0 into 1, 0. So 0 plus 0, 0. Correct. So just look at what is the input you have given. 0, 1, 1, 0. What have you stored? 0, 1, 1, 0. That means when load bar shift is equal to 0, parallel input, whatever you are going to give as IA, IB, IC, ID, parallel inputs will be stored here. So what is the content of these flip-flops when you give load bar shift line to 0? Parallel inputs. If you give 1, it will store 1. If you give 0, it will store 0. I have taken here 0, 1, 1, 0, so it will store 0, 1, 1, 0. So load parallel data, load. You're going to load it when you give this input to 0. That is why it is load bar 0. When you give 0, when you connect this particular line to 0, it loads parallel data. It loads all the 4 bits parallelly. And if you want serial out, you don't take the output at QA, QB, QC, QD. You just take it here. Then it will be parallel in serial out. If you want parallel in parallel out, parallelly already you are giving the inputs. Take the outputs at QA, QB, QC, QD. That will be parallel in parallel out. So this is parallel in. You can mark parallel in serial out. Or if you want parallel in parallel out, take the output at QA, QB, QC, QD. So that will be parallel in parallel out. What happens if I connect? So when I connect load bar shift to 0, parallel in serial out, parallel in parallel out. Second, what happens if we connect load bar shift line to 1? What happens if we connect load bar shift line to 1? Okay, you yourself can analyze, but I'll just explain what happens here. Okay, very simple, very simple. It is just simple AND OR gate analysis. Okay, so now what happens here? I have connected load bar shift line to 1. Now purpose, this is 1. And what is that? This will be what? This will be what? 0. Correct? So now this is 0. That means here it is 0. Sorry. Here it is 0. I'm sorry. So second AND gate, one input is 0, 0, 0. So if any one of the input to the AND gate is 0, what is the output? 0, 0, 0, 0. That means this AND gate is not depending on parallel. IA, IB, ICI, it is not depending on that. It is 0. That means this AND gate is not going to work. So you don't get parallel in parallel out, parallel in serial out. Now your circuit will be working as serial in parallel out or serial in serial out. So you give input as 1. And what is here? Here it is 1, no? So here it is 1. 1, 1, 1. So now your AND gate is depending on the serial input. If you give serial input as 1, 1 into 1, 1. 1 plus 0, 1. So it is to 1. So whatever the input you give, it will be stored here. Next, what is QA? Now QA is what? First clock pulse, maybe it is 0 or 1. Initially we will take it as 0, right? So if initially if QA is 0, that will be transferred here. Okay, like that. Serial in, serial out. So if load bar shift line is equal to 1, it will work as serial in, serial out or serial in, parallel out. So if you want to take parallelly output, it is parallel out, otherwise it is serial in, serial out. So this circuit is going to work. This can be called as universal shift resistor, but universal shift resistor, one more we have. I'll explain how that is different from this. But this circuit is going to work as serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, parallel in, serial out, parallel in, parallel out. Okay. Thank you.